So, what has people been up to? I've been playing some D4, which I'm somewhat disappointed in, even though my hopes weren't that big from the beginning. But it still provided some decent hours of fun, especially I think the leveling in the campaign was pretty decent. But we're in luck, because August is looking full with the Baldur's Gate 3, ExileCon, and a new Tarkov wipe for me. So I'm looking to do a few of these leveling videos if I have the time, and one that has been requested is Hexblast Mine. So even though I don't like mines at all, I'll do it anyway. For the first two acts, you can use whatever you like to. I used Arc in a setup with mines, and it wasn't anything amazing, but it got the job done. If I had to do it again, I'd probably just do one self-cast and one on the totem, because I think that's smoother gameplay. Below you can also find a path building with some info on gems, etc. And if there are any questions, leave them below, or if you have any suggestions for something that I missed or something that would be good for anybody who is leveling this as a league start, write it also. Let's get into it. So I've now done the switch after I did a Fixture of Fate when I get Blasphemy as well. So it feels really good when you get it, and I don't think you should do any Mine Hexblast until you have the Blasphemy. Self-cursing and then doing the mines, that was just too much of an issue. But it's just a few zones and then you can do it. So wait until then. At level 52, if you have a big luck, and if you can get a profane proxy, that I can really feel that how much that would help in the clearing and in the comfort of gameplay. But it was very expensive last league. It started at 90 chaos at day one, so that's not within our budget. I also on the tree took some outer range just to get the blasphemy radius a bit bigger, but later on you can save on those points, or if you feel you don't need them, don't take them. The damage felt really good straight away. It's been quite smooth sailing. Everything is dying, and when you hit around 250 energy shield, you can go into Eldritch Battery. That also makes it feel much better. All the mana issues are gone. You don't wind up with 0 mana for your Flame Dash or Blink or whatever you're using. So try to get to that, and it will feel very good.
us see if you truly understand what it means to be Nightmare.
So the clear is really good. The area on Hexblast is much bigger than I expected for some reason. And the only annoying thing is that when you are using Blasphemy, sometimes the radius to the mines trigger on enemies that are outside the range, and then you don't get the area explosion, so you need to really run into melee range, and that sometimes gets me killed at least, because I run head first into things and I don't have fixed resists or flasks or anything. But that should only be an issue until you get the Profane proxy, and it's easy to overcome with some better gear as well. No changes in my setup. I did try some different combinations for supports, like Minefield, but I felt that it locked me down for a bit too long, at least during leveling, and I don't really felt the need to do any swapping for bosses either. Just keep updating your wands. Added flat damage is really strong, as the gem has 340% effectiveness of added damage. So use your essences that you find, use craft on the bench, use maybe some alks as well if you haven't updated them in a long time, or maybe some alterations. For Ascendancy, I feel that you can do really what combo you prefer. and you have the choice of very good regen, you have the choice of blind or more damage. I went the regen route and I think it worked out fine at least. As I now had enough mana reservation, I added in a 50% aura. I usually always go to determination, but for this time I went for grace, since the combination with the blind later on, I thought that it might be good to go the avoidance route. But do whatever you feel comfortable with, it doesn't matter too much. As I was playing, it got quite late, and I think I even forgot to do the Merc Lab. Uh, the leveling, otherwise, with Hexblast has been very easy. It has good area, it has good single target. The only thing I had an issue with was my gear. I didn't find that many good upgrades. I was lacking in resistance. I was also lacking in life. But I don't use the crafting bench, so that's something that could be easily improved on. So do check that every once in a while. It can really help with your gear and your resistance. I'm still not a fan of mines, I must say, and I put them on left mouse button trigger, so I don't have to manually trigger them. But if you like the mechanic and this feels good for you, I think it's a really solid starter, and it scales into endgame as well, really good. So I'll leave you with two maps. It's a tier 1 and tier 4 with some really poor gear, and it still works fine. So I hope you all liked it, and that we get some awesome news for 3.22. So have a good one, thank you, and bye bye.